Every team hits a rough patch, and we are there for the Colorado Avalanche. And we have to talk about it. So let's do that in a new episode of Locked on Avalanche. Coming at you. Zach's eyes are going to bug out of his head.
You're Locked On Avalanche, your daily podcast on the Colorado Avalanche. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Locked on Avalanche, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Chris Micieli. Joining me as always, Mr. Zach Pearson. Thank you for tuning in, making it your first listen of the day, and for making the Locked On Podcast Network the number one podcast network, sports podcast network in the country. Always appreciated. The Avalanche with a 7-3 loss. A lot to get to on this one, so why wait? Let's just dive right in. The third period here is what crushed the Avs, which is just odd to say because that it's been the other way around. Like, this is where the Avs have done a lot of damage to other teams. And you go into this third period tied at 3, and I thought you played a good game in periods 1 and 2. You know, it was one of those things where, you know, the Flyers got an early lead, an early 2-0 lead. I don't want to say, I mean, call it lucky if you want, but the Avs were outplaying them in the first period and in the second period of this game. But hey, like, that's why hockey's a fluky sport. Avs battled back at 3-3. And when you go into the third tied at that, I'm feeling good. The way that the Avs have been playing the third period. And this was just a third period to forget for the Avs because it totally flipped on its head. The Flyers completely flipped the script on what's been the norm for the Avalanche in a third period. They get 4 goals, including an empty netter. And credit to them. They win it 7-3. It was an ugly third. It was a sloppy third. It was everything that you could not have in a third period. The Avalanche had it.
The first period, I agree. The Avs 1 and 2 played great. In the first period, with like 5.5 minutes left, the Avs had 13-1 shots on goal, and the score was still tied. And at that moment, I put on social media, I said, this feels exactly like the type of game where the first goal is going to be a stupid, fluky bounce for the other team. And it wasn't quite like a ridiculous, crazy one, but it's a blocked shot that happens to rebound right back to Owen Tippett's stick, who can just fire it away. And it's exactly what I expected to happen. The Avs dominate basically every category except the power play. They go 0 for 2, and then they let up a goal on that rebound. And I was like, yeah, of course. But honestly, at that point, I'm still thinking like, no big deal. And then we give them a power play. They score on it. And I'm still thinking, you know what? Into 1, you're down 2-0. I still feel pretty good about this game. I'm not too concerned yet. Second period comes around. 2 goals relatively quick. You get Parker Kelly. You get Victor Olofsson. You're feeling great. Game's tied. They tie it up almost immediately after your take the lead back after you tie it up with the second goal. But then Cale Makar does wizardry Cale Makar offensive things, and you get the tie again. And I felt exactly like you did. I'm like, it's the third period and we're tied. This is where this game suddenly becomes all Avalanche and it's nothing else. And no, it was the exact opposite. Yeah. It was brutal. There was nothing good about that third period. It was just a disaster. I want to start with the power play, though.
Well, I was going to say that, yes. I mean, because I say like the first and second, I thought the Avs looked good, outplayed Philly, except for that. Like, you started this game basically with 2 power plays.
Yeah.
And this is where, Avs have been able to kind of put a Band-Aid on all their power play issues all season long by winning these games, and the power play is not costing you. And this is one of those games where it absolutely did. You could have started this game, even if you got it on one of those 2 power plays to start. that just sets the tone. That makes them catch up. You're on home ice. You know what I mean? It just gets everybody kind of like the juice is going when you get an early first period power play goal. And the first power play I thought looked okay. The first one I thought looked okay. And then like the wheels just fell off after that. Like the second one and the second one, like I said, was not far after the first one, and how it could look completely opposite of what the first one was just doesn't make sense to me. You had an opportunity to just set the tone for this game. And I guess in a way you did outside of the power play. Play 5 on, but still, that's where the power play is where you can just do some damage. And for this game, at least, it proved to. For many games, it's proven to be tough for the Avalanche. But in a losing effort, this is not what you want.
No, it's not. The first power play, it did look good. I agree. I even have in my notes, of course, power play looked good, didn't score, because that's been such a consistent theme. But I don't know that I can keep saying it's a good power play if you're not scoring. They keep doing this, looking for the one extra pass, especially towards the end of them. Instead of taking the shot, it ends up not working. And then I've noticed a trend too, that their first power play attempt looks good, doesn't score. Second power play attempt, I don't know if they're like, oh man, it didn't work, blow it up and try something else, and it just implodes. And that's what I felt like happened this time. And then, of course, there is in fact one goal scored on an Avalanche power play, and it's for the other team. Again, the Avs have now lit up 8 shorthanded goals this year.
The problem with that one,
something that happens.
I don't know the answer to. I mean, I have a couple thoughts, but for that one in particular, the shorthanded goal, that one sting. All shorthanded goals sting, right? But that one in particular, because that power play was looking okay. Yeah. And you were wearing them down. Like Philly was getting a little bit tired. Like you could tell their legs were getting a little bit tired on that power play. And then that happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, when kick them while you're down, I guess. So, well, and that none of that gets his hat trick for
exactly. There's that too. It's like you can't let up a hat trick while you have the man advantage. And then on that one too, I don't want to pile on. I don't know if you saw any of Blackwood's post game, but while we were getting ready to go, I did watch that. He was short answers, very curt, and I get it totally.
Yeah.
But he's had 2 not good games in a row. I'm not necessarily in like, oh no, what's wrong with Mackenzie Blackwood yet? Because he's been really good up to this point, but why do you not switch to Wedgwood? I don't quite understand that. You had 4 goals on 12 shots, and then you had 5 goals on 15 shots. Like, that seemed like a good time to just go ahead and be like, all right, Blackwood doesn't have it, throw Wedgwood in. I'm not expecting a whole lot of change there, I guess, but something, man, just something.
I think because you tied the game. You know what I mean? I think because it was tied going into the third, I think it's tough to make a goalie change like in the third period. I don't know the rate of that happening, but unless it just goes completely off. And at that point, you're in the third period, just let the guy finish it. What's the point in bringing in the backup for 10 to 12 minutes? You know what I mean? So I think that's why. I think if the Avs were down at the intermission, say like 5-2 or 5-3, even maybe during the intermission, you pull him. But because you were tied, I mean, think about it, like you're tied, you're going into the third, you've done well in the third all season long. I think everybody's feeling good about where the Avs stand. And like I said, you were playing pretty well. That third period, it was just a complete outlier from what the first and second period looked like.
Yeah.
Outside of the power play, obviously.
Yeah, so. The power play was just atrocious. And yeah, so I didn't understand. I still think I would have made the change, but I'm not a head coach. Yeah. So I didn't like Blackwood's game really at all. I obviously didn't like the power play. There's just so much. It has to be. Man, I'm just too frustrated to even form a coherent thought right now. I can hear them all rambling. The power play
Yeah.
has to have something change. That's what I want to get at.
All right.
I don't know what it is, but it has to change. There has to be something.
Well, let's get a break in. I want to do that because there's still some stuff I'll talk about Blackwood and of course the power play. And more on this third period because that's really what the focus is on for this game. We record pretty quickly after these games, so I'd love to hear Jared Bednar's thoughts because I'm sure he's not happy about that third period for a multitude of reasons. So
No way.
let's get a break in. More to talk about with this game right after this. To hear from FanDuel. Well, you can get excited about this because it's playoff mode in the NFL. And the Broncos obviously are still in this thing. Every game day during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action because right now, every NFL playoff game day, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. How we feeling, Mr. Pearson? The Broncos going to pull this thing off?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I
Yeah.
am feeling fantastic. I'm gonna go freeze all of myself
Yeah.
to the core and scream at the top of my lungs for the Broncos to get their way to a victory. Can't wait.
I mean, we were feeling pretty good about this third period for the Avalanche too. So
Hey, don't you put that evil on us.
Make your picks, apply your profit boost to go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day with FanDuel. So yeah, power play. It's just becoming a broken record talking about this thing at this stage in the game. And I think the only thing I want to bring up right now on it is because I'm not like defending Dave Haxtell in this whole thing because, he is the coach. He needs to figure out a way to improve it. I've mentioned this before, I fall back on the players. I still put this on the players because what is going wrong right now? Is it zone entries? Not really. Is it puck possession in the zone? Not really. All that stuff looks good. So what is a coaching change going to do differently in those aspects, which are important aspects of the power play? It continues to be the players not being able to put the shot or the puck in the net. You're getting shots on goal. You're getting looks. So the system itself is working with the exception of the players not putting the puck in the net. I don't have a problem with how they enter the zone. Seems like they do it pretty consistently. Yeah, you're going to have a flub every once in a while. That's natural. For the most part, nobody's complaining about the zone entries. You tell me. I think people are like at their wits' end with Haxtell, and I get that he does bear some of the responsibility for this, but it's just like we're completely ignoring the player aspect of this and want to throw it, like keep it all on him and thinking like, oh, if we get a change there, then somehow it will miraculously change itself. When, oh, by the way, remember we had these problems in the playoffs last year and Dave Haxtell was not your coach in that point in time?
That was exactly the point I was going to make.
There you go. Continue to make it then.
Exactly the point I was going to make. I've mostly defended Haxtell through all of this because he's in charge of the power play, yes, but he's also been in charge of the penalty kill, which has been pretty excellent throughout the season. Yep. We've both said that. So clearly he's not terrible at his job. I mean, you don't hire him if he's terrible at his job. I'm losing kind of the ability to continue to defend him as the power play doesn't seem to be able to adapt at all. But I don't know if it's players, I don't know if it's system, and I don't know what it is. I do 100% agree, though. Last season, power play was a big issue for the Avalanche, and then in the first round of the playoffs, you're eliminated by Dallas, and your power play was a huge focus on that elimination. how, like, bringing in a new person is supposed to maybe do something to switch that around. Instead, though, it feels like the power play is worse. Like, you can't be the fresh face and have that aspect of your special teams get worse when you have talent this good on the team. Like, you have some of the best players in the NHL, including two of the best players,
Yeah.
if not the two best players in the NHL, on your top power play unit. You have to be scoring at a better clip than you have been. It's like, I do want to say it's on players at some, I don't know what the system switch has to be, but you can't have gotten worse with this much talent. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and again, I'm not completely exonerating him. Like he does have to, come up with some of this a fix and that's his job, is to figure it out. But like you said, when you have those two guys that are all world on that power play, I just feel like you could put a chimpanzee in that coaching spot and you should be able to just have a top 10 power play. So you would think it is just a mystery. It is a big mystery on why this thing can, the Avalanche as a whole have hit like their rough patch of the season. A power play will do the same throughout the course of the season. You will have moments of it hitting a wall and not really producing, and then you'll come out of it. The Avalanche have not come out of it all season. Think about that. The power play all season long there's never been a moment where you're watching a game and you hear like Mosier and Riker say, all right, the Mavs are on a power play, and it has been dangerous the last 10 games. It has been dangerous the last 5 games.
Yeah.
They've not said it all season long because it hasn't been. And you were going up against a team, they were saying this in the broadcast, whose penalty kill, they gave up 10 power plays in the last 6 games.
Yeah.
And you went 0 for 4.
Yeah.
It is when you lose and you do that, you can point directly to it and say it. Like I said earlier, like the Avs have been kind of like whitewashing that and just saying like, oh, it's not a problem because we're winning games. We're on this historic run. And that kind of just excused it. But when and we can say like, oh, you're losing in overtime. That's not in the playoffs. You're losing in a shootout. That's not in the playoffs. Power plays are in the playoffs. That's the one thing that this team has not corrected that will carry over into the playoffs. So
100%.
they have to figure that out, or it could be here again. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, I know when I wake up in the morning, I'm not going to be as animated and worked up over this game as I am right now. But like, I can't fathom you lose by 4 goals, one of them being an empty netter. So really you lose by 3 goals and you went 0 for 4 on the power play.
Yeah.
Even a 50% gives you a fighting chance when you pull the goaltender to and not even just a fighting chance, a great chance.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't think I'd be talking like this way about this game, because going back to what we were saying, like I thought the Avs played a good game in periods 1 and 2. And then what the heck happened in the third? Like just not passing with like conviction, turnovers like crazy in the defensive end, in the neutral zone, just like your stretch passes were not connecting with anything. It was just it was like they just brought in a completely new team that put on the jersey, and they were, AI characters of who was really out there in periods 1 and 2. It was just so bizarre. The talking points I had completely went away because that third period was not good at all. And for Mackenzie Blackwood, sure, he's got to be better too. Some of those goals are like that when you were talking about, was it Tippett who
the first
went off
goal
went off Malinsky, then he immediately you'd like to see him stop that, but being a goalie is like a rhythm thing. So when you see a guy take that shot, you're reacting to it. When he gets it back immediately, it's tough to react instantaneously second time. Not excusing it, but that's a goal. There was another one that was just a beautiful tip that was kind of in the net front. That was a nice one. But we've been having good goaltending this year, and especially on like breakaways.
That was the one I was going to bring up.
Yeah, like those are ones where they're tough. I get it. They're tough. But that was a big moment. Like you needed that save there, and you didn't get it. So
and
tough.
Blackwood played it okay on the breakaway, but the fact that he put that in 5-hole too, and it didn't look like he had his glove up, but it didn't look like he was fully sold on anywhere to go. I don't know if Tippett just wasn't showing him anything. I don't know if it was literally just that, because we don't have that point of view. But that's one that I feel like both him and Wedgwood have been able to make that save many, many times in the past when you just make an unfortunate mistake. Because the thing is even if the power play was playing excellent, and let's say that, because that was the 4th power play or the 3rd, either way.
On the shorthanded?
Yeah.
I think that was the last one. I think that was the 4th.
Was it the 4th? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you'd have scored on 2 of the 3 before that, and this was a team that Moj and Riker were saying, oh, the power play's been red hot, you still can expect occasionally a shorthanded opportunity for the other team, even if your power play is top tier.
Yeah.
So, like, it happens, and we've been able to trust the goaltending up to that point. So it was a little strange seeing that happen too.
Yeah.
I know breakaways are hard. I'm not trying to be like, oh, he should have easily stopped that.
No. But
get used to that kind of.
Both those guys have done a pretty good job of bailing you out at moments throughout this season. And this could have been, that play in particular, you get that a breakaway shorthanded opportunity that you save, gets the crowd up a little bit more. Who knows what could happen for the remainder of that power play. But those are always big moments for a breakaway when you're on home ice and you stop it. Could be a little bit of a momentum shift there. You don't know, but could happen. But you just didn't get that in the 3rd period of this game. You didn't get anything where the Avalanche could really kind of keep the momentum going on their end, which is just weird because they have all season long. That's been their bread and butter this year is the 3rd period. So it is what it is. All right, let's get our last break in. We got some subtext people chiming in here, and we have sound checks to get to. So we're going to do that after this. Over on subtext, we got Not the Judge Napolitano. Says, haven't turned one off early all season. Says, with a 7:30 a.m. puck drop for the kiddos tomorrow, I figured this was the one to bail out early on. So smart move. Blame it on the kids, not the judge. Beautiful. Blame it on the kids. 8 of 14 points on this homestand sure isn't like they have been all season long, but a slump has to be coming at some point. Is this just the beginning of it? I hope not. This was the last game of your 7-game homestand, and you won 3 games on this homestand.
Yeah.
That is not, I don't think, we did an episode about if they win all of them and then go, the last 2 games before. Well, he did a whole thing on they could tie the record for home, the home streak, winning home streak. Yeah, no, that did not, wasn't even
not
close.
Even close.
I don't think any of us would have thought 8 out of 14, 8 points out of 14. Is this the beginning of a slump? I mean, like every team goes through it, and we talked about this too. Is it not a coincidence that this rough patch is kind of started when Gabriel Landeskog went out? I don't think it's a coincidence. I know Taves is out too, and he's a big part too. So
I think it's Landy. I think it's almost entirely Landy. He's gonna stroll back into that lineup, and you're gonna hear like the, I don't know, angelic voices as everything just lifts back up and the team somehow turns things around. I'm going to make this bold prediction right now. Record this, clip it, everything. All the YouTube people, hold on to this. Gabe Landeskog's first game back, power play goal. First power play opportunity. Calling it right now.
You mean with him on the ice of the power play, or just the power play? Like if
Just
he's
the
not on
power play
power
in
play
general.
one, okay.
No,
So,
I'm just saying the power play, him or not him, but if he is active and in the lineup,
power play
goal, first opportunity.
First opportunity. Okay. I am bookmarking that.
Please
All right.
do.
Yep.
Can't wait to get that thrown back in my face.
Apparently, it will.
I know.
I think they said he's expected to start skating next week.
Sweet.
So
I didn't hear that. So that is great news.
I can't remember where I saw that, but I think next week he's expected to start skating. We will see. Adam, a few thoughts on this one. Olympic break can't come soon enough for this team. Their heads might actually already be in Milan for quite a few of them. Can we start deferring penalties like they do in football? It's becoming hard to watch at this point. No, you can't. And not only the Olympic break, but I think this little road trip that they have, sometimes that helps.
Yeah.
Getting away from home after a long homestand is sometimes very good as well. So we'll see how that goes. But you're going to Canada. Is it a 4-game road?
Yeah, and it's going to be cold.
Yeah. A lot of snow. I can tell you that much. Yep. So
yeah.
Lisa says, this game summarized my week. I eventually gave up, had a couple glasses of wine, and I admit I switched to the Capitals game, which she is a Capitals fan as well. Hey, in the past, turning it off has led to an Avs comeback. It was worth a try, and she's right on that too. There's been many times where she has turned the game off and they've won. So I appreciate the effort, Lisa. This game definitely exposes the power play issues. Something has to be done, but what? I don't know.
Yeah,
we talked about the what.
Yeah,
but
we don't know the what has to be done, but something has to be done.
I wonder how much this maybe kickstarts something in the trade market for the Avs. Not that they're going, a fire sale or anything like that, but just like those like little moves that you make here and there, and maybe something power play esque with the power play in mind. Have you make a move? Because you have the entirety of the season to go on, knowing that it's been a struggle, so you could make a move kind of based on that. If it was just this last couple of weeks, you wouldn't hit the panic button like, oh no, we need to make a power play move. But it's been all season long.
Yeah,
so I wonder.
5 months now. 4 months now. Yeah,
got to see. And then Vargar says 684 save percentage for Blackwood tonight, following up a 821 is not encouraging. His sound check is Fall to Pieces by Velvet Revolver. I don't know if he means that for just Blackwood or the entire team. I hope not for the entire team. But for Blackwood, not what you want to see.
Solid choice though. I appreciate. I can get behind that song choice.
Yeah, I can too. Good super group.
All right.
Not the best super group, but a good super group. Yeah.
They were really, really good. They were tons of fun.
Yep.
I do want to throw this out here real quick because I did see this on Twitter X. 2 different people, both with the same kind of theory. I think Guffy Chan, Hockey Swifties, one of them, and Katie, the hockey version, is the other one. But they both said last week the Avs lose to Nashville 7-3. Immediately afterwards, the Broncos win in the playoffs against the Buffalo Bills. The Broncos now have the game. Granted, puck drop is technically before that game for Toronto, but the game before the game day for Broncos, the Avs once again lose 7-3. So the theory is they're just doing their part to give the good energy to the Broncos. And I'll take, if that's true, I'll take 2 losses from the Avs in January to secure a Super Bowl visit for the Broncos.
All right.
So
you're going to sacrifice some Avalanche points to get the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl?
You have to sacrifice 4 points to make the Super Bowl. If that's the case, I will take it.
I didn't even check the start time of that game. I didn't realize that goes right up into the football game.
It's going to go, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It's going to be really hard for me to do that because I will be at the game, at the Bronco game.
Yeah.
And trying to like pay attention to the Toronto Avs game. And yeah, it's going to be difficult, but
that's going to be rough. All right. We're going to do a picture in picture of that thing, but why would they do that? I didn't realize that. I did not realize that.
I know.
All
Terrible scheduling, NHL. Get it together.
Oh, what else is new? What else is new? All right. That is good. That is good info there on that for, hey, if they can do their part to get the Denver Broncos into the Super Bowl, I guess I'm for that too.
Yeah, that's we're gonna take that as the positive. So
all right. Let's get to a sound check. That's where we pick songs that summarize the most recent game and put them up on a playlist over on Spotify and YouTube Music. And if you want to follow along, just search for LOA Soundcheck Volume Number 5. So what do you got for this one, sir?
So this one is all about the power play for me. And the lyrics of the song are, "You think I love you, you think I need you. Dang, go on, get out the door. Don't want to see your face no more." So I'm going with "Don't Want to See Your Face" by John Butler Trio because that power play, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see the face. If the power play had a face,
I would not want to see it.
We would punch it, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. I like that. I still want to be an optimist here just with the talent that the Avs have, but I'm with you. Like right now that was when it was eventually going to catch up to them sooner or later in the mindset of like it cost them a game, and it's cost them a couple games. I'm saying it had, but this one to me just stands out more than maybe the other ones because you had early ones, the late shorthanded goal from Philly. Like this power play disaster stands out above some of the other ones for me. So I like your pick. I like it a lot. I figured I would go with a track from one of the Rocky soundtracks since we're playing Philly.
Okay, fair call.
Makes sense. But I'm going with the cover version just because I like the cover version. The original is awesome, but Beast in Black created a awesome metal version of No Easy Way Out.
Excellent.
It is awesome. So I'm going with that one. I think I might have put this on another volume of the sound check. I don't remember, but if I did, I don't care. It's so good. It deserves multiple volumes. And yeah, No Easy Way Out, no shortcut home. Like when you lose the way that you lost. And when, like we're saying, like that you have these moments of the season that are a rough patch. You hit a wall, ups and downs. There is no easy way out. You just got to forge through. So that's what I'm going with. Beast and Black.
Perfect.
No easy way out.
Like it. Excellent choice.
Listen and love them both. So, all right. That is going to wrap it up, everybody. So enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Denver Broncos. You enjoy it while you'll be in the stands. Maybe it would be nice. God, it would be nice. It'd make this the weekend starts with a crummy Avalanche loss. Hopefully they can get one Sunday. That'd be nice. A Sunday win in Toronto for the Avalanche and a Sunday win for the Denver Broncos to go to the Super Bowl. Let's end this weekend beautifully.
We really could.
Let's make it happen. Well, however it happens, we will be talking about it on Monday's episode. So make sure you are tuned into that one. Thank you for tuning into this one and making it your first listen of the day. That is, of course, always appreciated. He's Mr. Zach Pearson. I am Chris Micieli. This is the Locked On Avalanche podcast, where, of course, you have made it through another 24 hours where Sidney Crosby's that much closer to being with the Colorado Avalanche and helping out this power play.